Good morning, everybody. Enter the stars, and this is part 2 in our journey to discover the truth about the Chinese pyramids. Now, what you're seeing on your screen are the majority of almost 100 pyramids mapped out in China. And what I found today was unbelievable. We took the northernmost pyramids. As you can see, they form a crescent shape here, as outlined by these pinpoints. And when I took and measured the angle from these two pyramids at the outer edges of this crescent, I got an alignment of 72 degrees. Now, this will be important later when we talk about what 72 means. And of course, 72 has a very biblical meaning. Now, you saw the outermost alignment there. Now, there's also a very definitive cluster of pyramids, as you can see here on your screen, in the lower part of this valley. And something interesting happens when you connect the endpoints of this cluster of pyramids. And you get, again, 72 degrees. Now, let's zoom out. And so you can see the as above, so below configuration. The smaller cluster here, and then again we see the endpoints here of these two pyramids. So we have the above and the below. Now, what does 72 mean? Let's take a look. I did a simple search on ancient China 72, and we're going to go over all of the different associations with the number 72 in ancient China. Now, this is called Journey to the West. It is a 16th century publication from China. And within this, part of the main plot is reaching what they call the 72 polymorphic transformations of combat. It is called the Art of Tao. And the main character that reaches these is called Sun Wukong. Now, Sun Wukong, it says here, knows 72 transformations, which allow him to transform into various animals and objects. Now, this is interesting. He rebelled against heaven, and he was imprisoned under a mountain by the Buddha. This is the fallen angel story. The rebellion in heaven, descending on a mountain, and then being imprisoned under a mountain. All of this is in the book of Enoch. So we have the story that seems to be repeated. We also see the monkey. We see the rabbit here in this depiction of Sun Wukong. And we've talked a lot about the rabbit. He possesses an immense amount of strength and is able to lift many, many thousands of pounds with ease. He's able to travel 108,000 li, they call it here. Now, here's the interesting thing about this number 108. This is also repeated in another ancient Chinese novel called 108 Stars of Destiny. Now, it just so happens that this particular novel also mentions the number 72. In fact, in this one, there are 36 heavenly spirits and 72 earthly fiends, which could represent, once again, the fallen angels. But I thought it was interesting that they had the 108 speed in Sun Wukong's story, and then in a completely separate novel, this one was actually written in the 14th century, earlier than Journey to the West. And they mentioned the number 72 again, and of course the number 108. There were 108 demonic overlords who were banished to Shanghai in this particular story. Now, this is going to blow you away. In the story, 108 Stars of Destiny, they rank the 72 earthly fiends within the story. And the 88th total fiend is called Digu, the solitary star, or Tang Long. Now, they even show the location of where this particular earthly fiend was located, and it's in Yan'an, Shaanxi. Now, before we go to that on the map, I want to show you this, that this character was actually a blacksmith and chief armorer. And of course, the fallen angels taught man to make breastplates, swords, and shields. Again, the 88th character And something interesting happens when you plot this location on the map. It falls dead center of the crescent shape of pyramids within China. Yan'an, Shaanxi, China, the location of the 88th warrior of the 72 fiends within this story, dead center in the shape of this crescent of pyramids. Now this is going to blow you away. Confucius, the bedrock of Chinese religion, it states here, first of all, he died at the age of 72. And in his last year's teaching, he taught 72 disciples, as you can see here. So Confucius is also based around the number 72. Here you see the age, 71 or 72 years old that he died. And finally, we have another movie called 72 Heroes. And this is based off of a 1911 attempt to overthrow the Chinese government called the Second Guangzhou Uprising. And a movie was released in 2011. So it was released in 2011 and it was based off of a 1911 uprising, and it released in September. A lot of 9/11 references in this particular film, just in the statistics of it, and I haven't even watched the film yet. But definitely we have a 72 theme running through, and it just so happens that that is the same alignment of these ancient Chinese pyramids. Anyway, I thought that would be of interest to you guys. We're going to keep on the search for the truth with these Chinese pyramids. I believe that there's probably much more to be revealed. And after this, the Lord appointed 72 others and sent them 2 by 2 ahead of him to every town and place where he was about to go. Luke 10:1. The 72 returned with joy and said, Lord, even the demons submit to us in your name. Jesus replied, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and to overcome all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you. However, do not rejoice that the spirits submit to you, but rejoice that your names are written in heaven. Luke 10:17 through 20. Take care and be safe, you guys.